Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, everyone. I'm Reverend Lori B, reporting for Magick TV, and I am with
Byron Ballard, Asheville, North Carolina's Village Witch.
Yeah.
And we're in Cleveland.
Cleveland, Ohio area PPD. This is their 10th anniversary. We are here for the International Pagan Music Association's 2019 Awards. Yay!
Yay!
So that'll be shortly. That's going to be going on in about an hour. Right now we're here to talk about Byron. Last we interviewed, Byron was getting ready to start possibly homesteading. And how is that going?
It's going really well. I've been doing urban homesteading for at least 10 years in Asheville, in downtown Asheville. But I've recently begun homesteading a larger piece of land that my grandmother left me that is mostly wooded with a little old house on it. It's a house that was built during the Second World War with available material by non-carpenters. So it's a little Baba Yaga house looking, but it's a wonderful little grandma house. And I am in the woods growing native medicinals that are at risk right now. I'm doing some golden seal, I'm doing ramps, I'm doing bloodroot, and I will be doing ginseng, though there's none on the land right now. Hear that, poachers? There's no ginseng on my land right now. I just stay off it when there is.
Correct.
So I'm going to be doing that when I've been on the road, as you know, for 3 or 4 years, really steadily. I'm planning to come off the road for the most part at the end of next year, the end of 2020, and then just do very select events. Then I'm going to be on the homestead. I'm going to be teaching people homesteading skills, permaculture, food canning, processing, growing. And I'm also going to bring people in for weekend retreats and intensives so that instead of coming to a Pagan Pride Day and hearing me speak while there's also a band going on and vendors everywhere, they can come and be in my home and I will feed them nourishing food and they will sleep under my roof and we will have this kind of gentle entree into what it actually means to be deeply connected to the land in such a way that you are dependent on it. I mean, we all are, but you acknowledge that dependence and you come into relationship with it. Because that's the most important thing to me right now, is that especially pagan people, people who claim that they are earth religions people, that we understand that it's not just wearing a t-shirt with a pentacle on it. It's really deeper than that.
And also how hard it is to actually homestead and to garden and to take care of everything.
Or maybe how easy it is.
Exactly.
I think once you get, after you get over the initial entry shock of, oh my gosh, I have to weed this, I can't just plant it and wait until there's tomatoes, I have to weed it, I have to water it. Once you get over the amount of work it's involved, it really becomes easy. And because you're in relationship with this land.
I like the idea of you doing workshops in your own home,
yes.
in your own area.
Yes.
Because now you have hands-on.
Yeah.
It's very hard to bring all of that with you to a 10 by 10 tent in the middle of a hectic city.
Exactly.
So that's awesome.
Was that an up your volume, people? Up your
volume. Okay. I know. I'm sorry. There's bands playing constantly, and it's hard to hear. So, have you written any new books?
Not since I wrote the Tower Time book, which is Earthworks that came out last year, but I am under contract to Llewellyn to do a book on Appalachian folkways, and I am sitting on a contract that I haven't signed yet. I'm going to sign it when I get home with Red Wheel Weiser, and that is a book on pagan homesteading. So I'm excited about
that. That is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I was at Sirius Rising this year, blessed to be there again. I love that festival. And I taught Happy Pagan Homesteading 101, and I thought it'd be a lot of fairly new people. And almost everybody who came to this class were hardcore permaculture people. So we had this incredible conversation about what permaculture means and how you engage in that at every possible level. That you don't have to just ditch your whole life and move out to the country. That permaculture, you can step into it and do it a bit at a time. So I'm really excited about that. I'm excited about all of us, if we choose, deepening our spirituality by deepening that relationship to the planet and to each other. because we are not a monolith. We are not, no man is an island, and no woman is an island either. And we need to learn, I say all the time, that we are the island of misfit toys, and that in fact is our superpower. That we already know that we're kind of off, and the people around us that are our people are kind of off, and that gives us kind of freedom that some people don't have. So to embrace that, and then to embrace the fact that here, right here on this ground, is everything we need. Everything we need. But we can't do it by just taking from it. We also have to give back to it. Yeah, exactly.
That is the truth. So, with traveling this year, you were somewhere very special with someone very special to me.
Yeah?
You were at Starwood.
I love Starwood so much. I was blessed to be at Wisteria twice this year.
That's fantastic. You did a guided meditation with one of our high priests, archpriest, Reverend Ed Corral, Lord Ed, and
Ed the Pagan.
Ed the Pagan. Ed's taught me everything that I'm doing now with media, and I absolutely love him to death.
He's a media genius.
So what a lot of people do not know, and that's why a lot of our things are in black and white, Ed's always been colorblind. So it's just been easier to do black and white. Ed told the story. What I didn't know until last night is that you were there guiding with him, so he gave me permission to ask you to tell me about it and talk about the story.
Well, I don't know that I can talk about the guided meditation because I make those up as I go along. I just kind of feel my way through. I'm a Pisces double Scorpio, so much of what I do is very intuitive. And I have tried doing, like, I'm a priestess of Inanna, and so I do the descent of Inanna as a meditation. And I have written that down. It's in my last book, Earthworks. But when I do guided meditations, I just kind of feel where they need to go for people. And I think Ed would be okay with this, with me telling you this. But I've only known Ed for about a year, a little over a year. We met at the Heartland Festival last year, and we immediately connected in this kind of fascinating way. We both are kind of looking at each other like, are you who you say you are? And then we both realized we were exactly who we said we were. That there was really no artifice there. We just were, it's like, here I am doing what I do. So when I saw him at Starwood, and for those people who don't know Starwood, you need to. It is an old festival. It is well organized. It's on a beautiful piece of land. It's now at Wisteria, which is in southern Ohio, and it is a piece of reclaimed strip mining land that is being lovingly reclaimed. So the last time I saw Ed, he was like in festival mode, as we all were, kind of giddy, and we're in festival now in Ohio right now, clapping people on the back and saying, well, I'll meet you later for drinks, we all do it. I see him at Starwood. He comes to where our camp is, and he looks 10 years older than the last time I saw him. He looks haggard. I know he has been through this huge, ugly fight with the city of Chicago, and he just looks like a man who has had all of the juice sucked out of him. There was just, I was shocked to see him. So I did my thing. I hugged him. We talked for a while, and I put myself not in friend mode or in festival mode, but in priestess mode. So I just sat with him, and we sat like this, like knee to knee, and we just talked. And I don't know who walked past. There were people who would walk past and they'd say hello to one or the other of us, but we were just like this, talking. And I was really trying to feel into him what was going on. So we spent a lot of time together at Starwood, and he did an evening, I think it was an evening thing one night, and I'm not sure if he did this thing alone or if he did it in company, but he came back to me next day after having done this, and he said, and he was changed. He was absolutely changed. And part of it, I think, was the guided meditation. That's kind of him to credit that. But I also think that part of it was that within him, he had really made a switch, and he was either going to pull the sword from the stone, or he was not going to be. He was just going to like fade into the woodwork, and he went away, and I gave him like my actual blessing as a priestess and as a goddess priestess, and he went away to see if he could pull the sword from the stone, and he did. And when I saw him next, he was 15 years younger, and he was bouncy and happy the way I know he could have been if he just hadn't had everything sucked out of him. So I'm grateful that he said that, but he was there to do the work, and Starwood's a great place to do that kind of stuff.
So for any of you that want to hear Lord Ed's story, it is videoed by him, and it is posted on the Carolian Membership Hub. It is on the Witch School pages, and I do have it pinned to the top of the page. You don't have to go and scroll for it. If for some reason you cannot find it on any of those pages, private message me on Facebook, Reverend. It's not under Reverend. I'm under Lori Barbariel Blackman, or send me an email, revloricnt@gmail.com, and I will make sure that you get that story. I was in tears. Now I know Ed since 2015 personally, and when he was telling this story, I had tears in my eyes. For you to be colorblinded, to come out into your tent, come out of your tent, and look up at the first time and see green for the first time, and only know that that's a color green because people tell you a tree is green. I got goosebumps.
I did too.
It's a friggin' amazing story. So it's magic. That's what it is. It's just pure, beautiful magic from within here. So go check that out. Back to you. Traveling. So what else is going on?
So I'm doing a lot of traveling, doing some writing, doing teaching. What is about to happen, I've said this for over a year, what's about to happen is a podcast called Weird Mountain Gals, and it's Weird, W-Y-R-D.
Oh, I love it.
So you can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Instagram, and we're talking about a soft launch beginning of October.
Beautiful.
And we're going to be interviewing musicians, we're going to be interviewing politicians, lots of pagan and other magical practitioners, and we're just going to be on the porch at the house, at the farm, and we're going to be talking about all of it, and really trying to connect deeply with people that we think aren't like us but really are like us. And it's going to be comfy and cozy. It's going to be a chance for people to just kind of sit in on these kind of conversations, and they join in, of course, too, because there'll be like a call-in component. So that's a big thing. These 2 new books coming out are a big thing.
That's a major thing.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. And I'm excited about being on the road again next year. I'm doing some different things, different gatherings and festivals that I haven't done, but I'm doing some of my old favorites too. Like, I'm hoping I'll be back at Starwood. I'm hoping I'll be back at Sirius Rising, because I love both those places. Now, it is a long drive from Asheville, North Carolina, up to where Brushwood is.
So for those of you that don't know, we come from the same state. We're only 2 hours away, and believe it or not, I only see her at festivals.
I know, it's insane.
When I saw her across the field, I'm like, I can't believe I have to drive over 10 hours to say hi to you. I will make it down to Asheville.
We can even meet midway in Hickory, you know.
Yes, I have not been to Asheville yet in the 4 years that I'm in North Carolina.
Really?
Yes, I blame him for that. It's the only place he has not taken me, so I am telling you now, on air, I will get down to you. I do want to see what you're doing there and learn from that.
Asheville sucks in so many ways. And I say that because I am a multi-generational native.
Right.
My family moved into the neighborhood I live in now, actually, in the 1890s. So we've been there a long time. And we have seen the city get gentrified. The Chamber of Commerce is all about, come to Asheville, we're so cool, come to Asheville. So the housing prices have skyrocketed. And the job situation is not good. We're a tourist-based economy, so it's all service stuff. So it's really hard to be in Asheville. Plus the feeling of Asheville's changed. Asheville used to be like, they called it the Sedona of the East. It was kind of cool, slightly new age. lots of old school pagans, and now it's just a lot of breweries.
Oh.
A lot of breweries.
I wasn't. I didn't-
Yeah, no, we're Beer City, USA. We have been for 3 years, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
And here's the funny thing about beer, in case you didn't know that. People who travel far to drink these amazing craft beers somehow have the notion that a high-gravity beer is not going to get them drunk. So they drink 4 or 5 of those and then they get on the road driving around.
That's not good.
These kind of roads like this. Unfamiliar. That's fine, fine. I'm fine. I've just been drinking craft beer. I mean, that's not like drinking cheap beer, right? Nope.
It's the homestead.
Yeah.
Grandma's property.
Yeah.
Where is it in Asheville?
It's in South Asheville.
Okay.
When she got the property in the 60s, it was in the country, and that she was going to retire to the country. But she never actually lived there because my grandfather got Alzheimer's in the 80s, and she couldn't move him after that. So he retired first, got Alzheimer's, and then when she retired, by then she couldn't move him. So she didn't live there. She rented it for a long, long time, and then she gave it to me.
So is it still very rural in the south part?
No, but this is like a cul-de-sac. It feels very kind of 1950s.
Oh, very cool.
It's single family homes on big tracts of land. Kind of funky, but not too funky. Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to your 2 new books. That is yay, and you just had one come out in last year.
Yeah.
And I think that's when we spoke at Picnic that you were in the process of finishing. So yay to that.
Yeah. I've done 4 books in
2 years?
6 years.
Is it 6 years?
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow. I like it. I do blogging occasionally. If anybody wants to reach me, I'm myvillagewitch.com, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all Byron Ballard in some form or another. Yeah, and come and see me when I'm near you, because I probably will be, unless you're on the West Coast. I rarely get to the West Coast because
It's
so
a far
away.
drive.
Yeah,
It's a far drive. I understand that. So when is your next event?
Next event is next week in Arkansas, and after that I'm doing Pagan Pride in Knoxville. Then I'm going out to do a women's retreat in Kentucky, then Florida, then the Southeast Wise Women Herbal Gathering, and finishing up my season in November at FairyCon in Maryland.
Wow.
It's an international fairy festival,
Beautiful.
and I'm one of their headliners.
Awesome.
Talking about how you deal with the
Now,
other folk.
All of this is on your page. The
It's
information
on Facebook.
Of where
It'll be on Facebook.
Okay.
And if not,
Awesome.
if not now, it will be.
And if it's not, just message her and she will tell you exactly where she's going to
Everything
be
you
and when.
need to know.
Awesome. Well,
Thanks.
thank you so much. We have to go get ready now because
We do.
we have to go present awards for
Yes, we do.
IPMA.
Yay!